Welcome back to the channel, Little Flexers. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. As is Flex Daddy tradition here on Thanksgiving, we normally do a video that's a little out of the box. Last year, we played a crazy deck that featured some Thanksgiving-themed Pokemon, and this year, we are going to do a tier list. But it's not just any tier list. No. This is a tier list for the Pokemon that would make the best dishes at Thanksgiving dinner. That's right. Pokemon are, to some extent, edible. I mean, we know that Pokemon get eaten by other Pokemon, and we know that humans eat at least some Pokemon, so it stands to reason that in the Pokemon universe, there might be Pokemon cooked up for Thanksgiving. So here in this tier list, we're gonna rank some Pokemon based on how I think they would taste. So let's first start by talking about the tier list tiers here. We got toilet water, should be pretty self-explanatory. These are almost inedible, probably will leave you feeling very sick in the end. We got lima beans, things that I wouldn't push away if I was at a friend's house, but I definitely am not making for myself. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers, which are just like the most average of all the Pokemon, or the average of all the tastes. Like, they're just a very milquetoast Pokemon taste. We got James Bond, No Time to Die. Not something that I'd go necessarily out of my way to eat again, but if presented the opportunity, I would absolutely take advantage. And then finally, Percy Pig as our S tier, being a thing that I cannot get enough of. Percy Pig is actually a United Kingdom based sweet. It's a gummy. It's so good. You have to get some, especially if you're going to London for the World Championships. You got to get some Percy Pig. Insane. So we're going to start here. Number one with our Alchemy. Alchemy is going to go into the James Bond tier. And the reason being, I just have a feeling that there's some Alchemy like that it'd be a little too sweet. I've never tasted an Alchemy. I don't know if I want to necessarily, but it seems like it'd just be way too sweet. Still probably very good. You see the little strawberries, and we know that Alchemy can change forms. You can get different fruits and stuff. I think that would be very nice, depending on what you're feeling that day. If it's a nice autumnal weather, maybe you can get a pumpkin spice Alchemy. Sounds very nice to me, but possibly just a little bit too sweet to belong in the Percy Pig tier. Next up on our list, we got Smeargle. I was suggested Smeargle by my Twitch chat, twitch.tv/FlexDaddyRighteous. They were like, put Smeargle on a spit and roast it over the fire. And I said, okay, seems a little much for me. Going in the lima bean tier here for that Smeargle. Next man up, Execute, also heading straight to the lima bean tier. I have a sneaking suspicion if I tried to cook up and Execute that, you can't do them all together, right? You have to crack one by one. You crack the first egg, and then the second, third, fourth, and fifth egg are all like around you, hovering around you, and like probably trying to stop you from cracking them. So it's kind of safety in numbers here. I have a feeling that they probably don't taste too bad, but the effort to get them into a ready-made dish would just be too great. Next up on the list, we got Farfetch. We're putting Farfetch all the way at the top. Percy Pig tier for Farfetch. Dude, he comes with his own seasoning, bro. You cannot beat that. The leek with the duck. Duck already is one of my favorite food items of all time. Then you get him with the leek, bro. He's been marinating with that leek. He's probably been using it to like wash his back and stuff in the shower. I'm all for it. Farfetched. Gonna have a lot of flavor on that leek, dude, and we are going tier S for that. Greedent falls into our Pittsburgh Steelers category. Greedent is one of those Pokemon that, you've had like squirrel legs or frog legs, perhaps. Kind of seems like, they're better than dirt, but maybe not as good as chicken. It's kind of how I feel Greedent would taste. So you're gonna get something that is gonna be edible, but it's not going to be something that you're going to go back for seconds for. So Greedent in that Pittsburgh Steelers tier list. Our first entry into the toilet water tier, Goomy. Oh yeah, Goomy, this Pokemon definitely just has to be terrible to eat. It's slimy. it's kind of weird looking. So I feel like as you're cutting it open, you're feeling very, pitiful for it. It just doesn't seem like a very pleasant experience to eat a Goomy. Maybe I'll get a lot of comments flaming me for that, and they'll say like, Goomy is just an absolutely insane Pokemon to eat. I'll let you fight about that down there. Next man up, Kingler, straight to Percy Pig. Crab legs, amazing. Kingler, also got to be great. It's probably also good in soups. Maybe a nice Kingler roll. Coming in at the Pittsburgh Steelers tier, we got Seaking. And then also, I'm going to do Barraskewda in the Lima Beans tier. So Seaking and Barraskewda, the reason I put Seaking above Barraskewda is that Barraskewda probably has a lot more bones than the Seaking does. Seaking, obviously got that big horn that you got to get around, but a lot more plump in the body. That Barraskewda, you're just going to be digging around those bones all the time, but probably tastes pretty good since it is a fish. So I'd put both of these Pokemon in that Pittsburgh Steelers and the Lima Beans tier. Would I serve them at Thanksgiving? Probably not, but if I had no other choice, I would put them on the list. All right, coming in at the James Bond tier, Psy Duck. Psy Duck. You just roast this boy. It's very similar to the Farfetch'd that we see in the Percy Pig, but you're not coming with your own seasoning, right? You're gonna have to figure out your own spice rub for that Psy Duck. That might just be too much time to devote to that Pokemon. You don't get the leak. He's always confused all the time. Probably that meat on the head is gonna be super tough, but other than that, still a duck, still gonna be somewhat tasty. Another entry into the toilet water tier, we got Swirlix. I don't even know what this thing is. Maybe it's supposed to look like cotton candy. Maybe it's supposed to look like a cloud. I have no idea. But in any case, I don't think it's going to taste very good. You ever have one of those? They're like dandelions, but they're all white. They're all the seeds and stuff. And like, you ever eat one of those? Maybe that was just me as a kid, but that tasted horrible. That reminds me of this Swirlix. We're going toilet water tier for sure. Next man up. In the Pittsburgh Steelers category, we got our Cherubi. Cherubi is like 2 cherries. So there's something about this when Cherubi evolves into Cherum. This main cherry basically eats the nutrients from the little cherry. So it's got to be good enough that this Pokemon will eat it. It's not poisonous, right? I guess that is another way to say it. But Cherubi, I just can't imagine that eating this Pokemon would taste all that good. I mean, I don't like cherries as it stands. And then you got one cherry that's going to eat the other cherry. Like, what if this front cherry eats this back cherry because the back cherry tastes good and the front cherry tastes bad? James Bond here, we got our Slowpoke. Slowpoke tail is a delicacy in the Pokemon world. And so I think immediately slotting him up into tier number 2. Also in tier number 2, we got Vanillux. It's ice cream, bro. What else can you say? Pittsburgh Steelers tier, I'm going to put Miltank. You got the milk, which we know that Centrets really love. And then you got the meat. I'm not a huge cow fan, and not for Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, you're having turkey for Thanksgiving dinner. You're having probably ham for Thanksgiving dinner. You're probably not having cows for Thanksgiving dinner. And for that reason, we got Miltank at the Pittsburgh Steelers tier. And our final addition to our tier list in the Percy Pig tier, Appleton. Who doesn't love a beautiful apple pie to finish off a meal on Thanksgiving? I mean, I sure do. It's just one of those things. You got to have it. Pies, huge deal at the Creewall household. And that is probably, when you're watching this video, I am probably eating a pie right now. It might even be 9 a.m. Probably eating pie. So Appleton in that Percy Pig tier, S tier Pokemon to eat. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this little video. I just want to speak directly to the longtime viewers. Thank you guys all so much for watching this channel. It has been so fun to see the channel grow and evolve over the last year. And I can't wait to see where we go from here. You guys have been rocks for our community. You know who you are. And we are so close to 5,000 subscribers. That's so cool. I never would have thought a year ago that we would be where we are. And we're here. So I'm thankful for you guys this Thanksgiving. Tell somebody you love them, because that's what this holiday season is all about. So I'll catch you on the next video, guys. God bless. If I don't see you soon, I'll see you later. And remember, good luck and also have fun.